What is going on, guys? Mobile Care News here, and this is a very interesting article and really good for AT&T. I'll be very specific in this article, but I'll leave a link below in the description so you guys can check it out. So AT&T appears to be buying more spectrum across Oklahoma. Now this is really good for people who live in Oklahoma. You're gonna see more spectrum from AT&T. I'm pretty sure a lot of people have AT&T for Oklahoma, even if the 5G is not good or not. As long as the LTE works, I'll literally take that any other day. As long as my connection is not no service, I'll be good with that. Now to keep in mind, this is just a filing from the AT&T, but for the FCC. It is technically true. Yes, they are going to buy more spectrum across Oklahoma, but it's not set in stone yet. So I know this is exciting, but it's gonna take some time for AT&T to actually acquire the licenses, acquire the spectrum, and then actually buy it. Let's be real. AT&T has the money for it. They have a lot of money to get it, but it's gonna take some time because there has to be like regulations. AT&T has to do this, do that, get a certain amount of spectrum, and basically, it takes time for any news something like this to happen. Now I'm gonna scroll down here. It says here AT&T has to be in the early stages of improving its 5G network across parts of Oklahoma based on the company's latest filing of the FCC. So, it's in progress. And it says here, at first noted as spectrum tracking city spectrum metrics, AT&T told FCC that it reached an agreement with Pioneer Telephone Cooperative to acquire some of that company's 700 megahertz and PCS spectrum license in Oklahoma. So I looked at this company. This is basically another like small carrier company, like very tiny, and they're basically I think what is it, Pioneer? If I scroll back up, Pioneer Wireless. If I say Pioneer phone company. What they're basically saying is they've been in service for people in Oklahoma for 70 years, providing a lot of communication, connection to the people. And basically what's going on is they're focusing more on fiber. So technically AT&T wants to actually buy it from them. Yes, AT&T wants to acquire their own spectrum, but they want to also buy it from a smaller carrier, a smaller company, like Pioneer Telephone. And I think that's really good for AT&T because not only does AT&T have the money, but they'll have more spectrum. Their pops are still low compared to the carriers, but with more spectrum in Oklahoma than any other place, they'll be ahead. I wouldn't say ahead of 5G, but they'll actually be in good. They'll actually be in good in connectivity. You'll see faster speeds. It won't really change the pop because it's only a small fraction of 700 megahertz. Now keep in mind, 700 megahertz. It is tiny, but it packs a punch. When you want to get connectivity, when you want to load up a video, something that takes massive amount of data, you want to download something that's maybe 1 gigabyte, like AT&T will get the job done. AT&T knows what they're doing, and it says here, as you can see here, by acquiring control of the licenses, AT&T will be able to augment its network capacity and improve network quality of services it offers in the affected market. So their network will improve. Just by 700 megahertz, that's still an improvement. Their network will be a better, network in Oklahoma. And that's really good for people who live in Oklahoma. I'm actually excited to see when this goes in full effect. And if I ever visit Oklahoma, I'll do, and I have AT&T as my third, carrier on a device. I'll be able to I'll test out the network and I'll see what I can do with it. And I'll be very excited to show you guys. As you see here, an AT&T official declined to comment beyond the FCC filings. So they want to keep this, I wouldn't say really private. They want to keep it still on the low because they're still talking about it. That wasn't good. Okay, let me go back. Okay, so they don't really want to discuss more information because it's in the talks. Yes, AT&T can buy it. They want to buy it, but there still when acquiring something like this, there needs to be talks. Like anything being bought, sold, it takes quite some time. I believe AT&T's lawyers and all their executives have to, band together and talk to this other small company. Yes, I didn't do research on the company, a Pioneer Telephone, but I'm pretty sure they have to talk to their lawyers and they have to settle everything. It can't just be like one day where, okay, we want to buy it and it's all done. No, it takes quite some time for something like this to, to get more information and disclose. And I like where this is going with AT&T. They're gonna get more. They're gonna acquire more spectrum and more communication and connectivity, and I like that. And it says here, according to AT&T filings with FCC, Pioneer accounts around 37,000 mobile customers, including 147 prepaid customers, 86 live customers, 732 fixed wireless access, and Pioneer is working to move those customers into their network. So I find it interesting that this small company, Pioneer, is basically ditching the mobile side and focusing more on they're focusing more on the fiber side. I think that's why they're actually selling it to AT&T, and they're smart for that. AT&T could use those kinds of licenses, and basically the network would be better. There'd be lower latency, and you would just see a better connectivity on AT&T's end just in Oklahoma. Now there's a lot of more spectrum of megahertz in every other state in the United States, but I like that AT&T is getting a hold of this. Now it says here the hunt for coverage. Okay, let's read this article for a bit. This is AT&T's latest such spectrum accusation. Basically says Indigo Wireless, Pennsylvania, recently disclosed it would transfer its 850 megahertz and PCS spectrum holding to AT&T. So when I told you guys in this article, AT&T is on the hunt for more spectrum. They're even trying to get spectrum from Pennsylvania. So AT&T is trying to increase their capacity in spectrum in other places. This is really good news for AT&T, and I like that they want to expand the network. AT&T has I told you guys recently that AT&T switched from focusing on wireless to fiber, but just because they switch to fiber doesn't mean they don't want to buy more spectrum. Like, they want to buy more spectrum. Like, they have capex, they have debt, but they honestly just want to buy as much as possible. They have the money for it, and this is actually gonna help the return on investment, especially getting all these licenses. And it also says here, considering Pioneer, the small company, launched LTE through Verizon's network in rural America programs 2015. That says something about this small company. Not only has this small company been using the Verizon network, but they have their own bands of spectrum, and AT&T wants a chunk of that. And the fact that no other carriers are really fighting for this, they're working on their own 5G, their own buying out of 600 megahertz, 800, and I don't know if there's more different kind, maybe 500 megahertz. They're doing their own thing, but like the fact that AT&T has no competition means that no one else really wants this. I mean, I could see it benefiting T-Mobile or Verizon, but AT&T says we want to buy this. They think they deserve it, and of course they do, because they have the money for it. They have the top lawyers, and there's no other bidders. AT&T can get this spectrum and improve the network not only in Oklahoma, but as you can see here in Pennsylvania as well. So they're going crazy on trying to get any of this spectrum as much as possible. So I like that they're doing this. And let me see this other article. This talks about a little bit of Verizon following Pioneer's exit. Verizon may need to build its own network in Oklahoma to cover Pioneer's old network footprint. So this is also with Verizon, because the Pioneer worked with Verizon's network. I think in what did it say 2015, like back then. Verizon now has to build out their own network. So instead of Verizon fighting with AT&T saying, we want to buy the network instead of you guys having it, Verizon has built it out, and that's honestly no problem for Verizon. Verizon can, easily build out the network, but the fact that AT&T is going to get this extra chunk of spectrum because Pioneer, a smaller company, is focusing on fiber, that's really saying something good for AT&T. I like that this is going through this. And you scroll down here. And that's pretty much it for the article. It's a very small article, but I like that AT&T is moving forward to buy more spectrum. They did have occur in all those auctions for the three carriers, but AT&T is on a good roll here. But let me know what you guys think about this. Hope you guys enjoy this video. Subscribe for more videos like this, guys, and I'll see you.